So, welcome to the day one review of Detroit. Detroit, golly, of Beyond Two Souls. This game is amazing. Um, Beyond Two Souls is this is my day one of playing it. If you're watching this, this is at the point I just finished playing the game for 5 hours straight, and like I've been doing, we do playthroughs on the channel. At the end of every day of doing the playthrough, I do a quick review and just talk about my thoughts of the games, the experience when it's fresh. And then the second day, I'll do another review, and third day. So I've done this. The first one I did like this was We Happy Few. So now I'm doing it for Beyond Two Souls. So let's get on into it. This game is made by Quantic Dream, and I have previously played through. I originally played Detroit Become Human. Fell in love with Connor. Fell in love with everyone. Fell in love with the game. Fell in love with the company from that game. That was the first game I played from Quantic Dream. So like I started from their newest of the new on the stream here. People tell me it was amazing. Check it out. And then I went and after playing that, I played a few other games because we play random games here, and then I played Heavy Rain because I wanted to see. All right, so I've seen their newest. I want to see where this is all coming from, pretty much, and fell in love with Heavy Rain. I mean, the story, the characters, Quantic Dream really knows how to make an enthralling story, but enthralling characters, and characters that you end up really fully caring about. Characters that start feeling real, and it's just a video game. And even in a game like Heavy Rain, where the graphics were much older, you still had that connection. They're beyond skilled at that. So now in Beyond Two Souls, this game, it almost feels just as good as Detroit Become Human, like in how elaborate it is and how the story is, and the graphics too. I've heard that it's been updated since its original version. Since, like I said, I mean, Detroit Become Human was my first game playing from this company, so I didn't really know anything about Quantic Dream before that. So I never saw the games, I never played the games, and like I do when I do playthroughs of the games, I don't try to Google them. I like to experience a game firsthand on game day on the stream. I like to have that first experience, and I like to do it live, and because I'd rather do it honest instead of having it be pre kind of experience and everything. So with this, it's just like the visuals of it are so unbelievable. The HD graphics of it are wild. Like I can see the difference between Detroit and this, where the body forms are more realistic, the skin's more realistic, the movements are more in depth because it looks like from what we saw with the motion capture was a little bit more in depth back then. I mean, more recently, But when it comes down to storyline, right up there with this. I'm with Jodie, Ellen Page. I'm with Willem Dafoe. It's so far it's seeming like Willem is someone to trust. Him and Cole. I have to call him Willem. I have to. He's such an amazing actor. But like I'm with they seem like really close and they seem caring so far, but I'm scared. Quantic can pull the rug out from under you. They really know how to tug on your heartstrings. So I'm kind of like, I don't know how much I want to care about these characters because it could all end. I mean, they even have me caring about Stan. Like, oh, you don't want to fail them, and in in the story of the characters, and how much you fall in love with the characters and what's happening, and you're on the journey. A game like this that doesn't take kind of that third person view with fighting, and it doesn't take like like God of War, let's say, like the recent God of War, where you have to at least fight and stuff, and be good at like the skill gap of fighting and having gear. This is more of a, you're so enthralled with characters, you're so nervous for the characters, and then they skill check you with button checks and all these motion things and with the joysticks. They're so good at the stories, and it's so enthralling that you're in the game, You are the journey, you are the character, what you search, what you learn, what you're looking for, and the whole mechanic with Aiden as a spirit and being able to also do things with Aiden that help on the journey, and trying not to miss a thing is unbelievable. I mean, we've had two people today that are platinum achievement people come by the stream. It was unbelievable. Like, this game leads to you wanting to be a completionist more than I find games that have things that you have to do, like fighting characters and you know, doing things that, yes, do bring you along with the character, but it's more of a like, haha, I just killed like 500 units and whatnot. Like, this game doesn't have that, but it has these wonderful skill checks, these wonderful side abilities that they give you. Like when you play Detroit, you can scan areas. When you play this, you could turn into Aiden. Even in Heavy Rain, like looking around and trying to find all the items and everything, and doing things in certain time frames and everything. You could see I could see the progression now of what was happening with Quantic, where, you played Heavy Rain and didn't really, like, you would search around for the items, and the story would progress and what you searched around for, and then with your skill checks of buttons, you do the things. But there wasn't, like, these side abilities like you have in Beyond Two Souls and Detroit. It's what a stellar game this is so far. For day one, for being 5 hours in, I'm not even done with the prologue yet. Like, if you haven't gotten this game yet, it's so worth getting. It is so worth, and you can often get it in a bundle with Heavy Rain. I think there's also a bundle with it and Detroit that you can get, or you can just get a loan for $30. Like, I feel that this game is a solid $30 game. I think it's a solid 40 still, for it being out for so long. I do feel that games have to have their prices lower over time. I don't think you could stay a $60 game for like 10 years, it just, to me, it reasons out that prices have to go down. But it's such a solid game if you haven't gotten it yet. It's a solid game to replay if maybe you're watching this video or you're seeing this live right now. It's a solid game to crack out again, give it another try if you didn't finish all the achievements. I could imagine playing through it a second time with now what and trying to do it like even better, or do it in a different way to see what would happen you didn't fight the if you didn't fight to save Stan by, like, using your fists. Maybe you try something else or try another path or whatnot. You know, it's gonna feel like a different game. Different things are gonna happen. There's gonna be a different way to get to the end or whatnot. There's so much more than just a one game you're playing here when you play a Quantic game. And that adds so much value and wondrousness in and of itself. Whereas, you play these other fighting games and whatnot, you're going to get to the same end. Sometimes there will be multiple endings, but you're getting towards the same, it's just a means to an ends. Whereas in these games, there's a freedom to what Quantic Dream games give you. There's this freedom to sometimes just let what happens. They give freedoms that, there are characters that are important, but they can, be lost. And having that in the game where it's like, well, they can't be lost. What's going to happen is going to happen, makes it even feel more real and makes it feel more enthralling. Like, you don't want to lose these people. Like, you play through Detroit Become Human, and I lost Connor. I forgot Hank's child's name. And I was honestly sad about losing Connor for like a week. Like, it was on my mind. Like, I failed Connor, man. I'm watching the actor who plays Connor. He plays on, what's his name? Brian Deckhart or something. He plays on Twitch as well. And watching him play and hearing his voice, I'm like, I failed him. And in this game, so far, I haven't failed anyone. I haven't lost anyone yet. But when there's a scene where Stan and everybody, and Tuesday and the baby, Walter, and I forget the other guy's name. I'm very sorry for forgetting the name right now. But like, that scene where you gotta save everybody. I mean, you start sweating. Your heart's racing because you don't want to miss a door. You don't want to, like, I kept turning into Aiden to check and look around, but time, like, they do give you times. Like, you don't get to see it like a timer clicking down, but time is of the essence. Like, it might just all of a sudden, you might run out of time, and then there's parts like when you're little, you're the kid and you have to go into the closet, and then you find out when you finish it, like, I got out of the closet in time, but then you read the thing and it's like, 20, like 67% of people got out of the closet in time. So what would have happened if you didn't? It wouldn't fully completely change the story, but what would have happened if you didn't? So it's like there's this hidden game that is fully achievable, you know the second go around. There's a whole nother experience in this game. So it's not one game, it's multiple games. It's a game that you create with what you do, how you skill it, how you play it, So it's like it makes it so much fun that like I try and play through it just as who I am as a person with as much of my beliefs and whatnot going through it the first time. And the second time through, then yeah, it's time for some fun. Maybe let Aiden go crazy. Like start knocking things over, taking over people's bodies left and right. Like I still feel guilty for taking over Cole. I still feel guilty for that. I wish there was another option there, but there wasn't. But this game is wonderful. This game is wonderful. Day one, initial thought, this game is wonderful. So happy. Quantic Dream, I can't wait for more games that they're going to be making. I can't wait for sequel to Detroit. I don't know about the ending of this one yet, so I can't say. I can't wait. That would be sick if there was a sequel to Heavy Rain, because there is. Well, in my story, spoiler, it ended up well, but I'm sure there's a way it could have ended up bad. But either way, imagine the sequels to these games. It makes me wonder of what the future could be. What could the sequels be? You know, if Quantic Dreams needed to make a sequel for these games or wanted to make a sequel to these games, imagine them letting you have your save file in, Heavy Rain 1, right? So then you play Heavy Rain 2 and the game starts off from your save file. So if you got to the end with a good ending, you know, then the game continues with, you know, uh, I'm trying not to give spoilers, but spoilers, mute the speakers for a second if you need to in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Um, and, imagine so if there's a new killer that's like a copycat killer, but if you didn't, then, if you didn't have a good ending and the killer gets away, imagine if the killer's continuing in that one, you know. So unmute. Okay. It's okay. So, just imagine how much wider the game could be if it has to deal with the ending from the first, game, and, how it could change or be different or whatnot in a second. This company is just so, interesting, so intriguing and whatnot. Like, I can't say enough good about the game and about the company. Can't. There's not enough good that can be said. In a world of games that are just multiplayer or fighting or all these games that just aren't like a movie experience, this company knows how to write a story amazingly. This company knows how to make you enthralled. This company knows how to make still a video game. This is still a video game. Yeah, you don't have all the other stuff, you know, but it's still a video game. Absolutely. You have to have skill to save these characters in many cases. You have to have skill with the skill checks to progress in the way you would want to in many cases. Or you fail and what happens happens, but you could still progress to the end, you know? Or maybe there might be some cases I haven't experienced yet, but maybe there's some cases where you can fail. I'm sure that can be possible. I mean, certainly you can get to the end without passing as much as you'd like. Hashtag Connor. I'm so sorry, Connor. Golly, but I can't say enough good about the game. Stunning, stellar, amazing. Thank you, Quantic Dreams, for this. Thank you for those who watched this video. Thank you for those that have been watching the stream and hanging out with me while, I've been doing this review here and doing this playthrough. Yes, I'm still alive for now. But like I said, if you're watching this video on YouTube, thank you for watching. There will be another day 2 review and day 3, depending on how many days it takes me to play it. And this game's playthrough will be on YouTube. There should be a playlist. There should be whatnot. It'll also be on Twitch. I make all my highlights. They go on Twitch and also YouTube. And if you want to see me live, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern to 11 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I'll go even later, and some days I start even earlier. I post on Twitter, and I post in the channel's Discord, pretty much when I'm going live every day, and if I'm going to be early or if I'm going on a 6, or, sometimes life happens and you got to start a little bit later, whatnot. But those are the days. Those are the times. Click like if you're watching on YouTube. Comment if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. You can do it on Twitch. If you didn't know, you can do it. You can comment on the videos in the little chat box at the bottom right. You can comment on videos. Let me know what you think of the game. Let me know what you thought of the playthrough. If you watch playthrough, let me know what you thought of the review. If you're watching the review right now, let me know. Let's chat. Let's just chat games, and let's chat about some great Quantic Dream games. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. I'm hopping off, though, sadly, post-Prodigy. I was just doing a quick review there for Beyond Two Souls.